Hey Panda Party people, thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to become part of the Panda Party and click that notification bell to be notified when videos go up. Enjoy the video. The following is rated M for mature. Viewer discretion is advised. Eidos Interactive presents a Crystal Dynamics production. Soul Reaver 2. Yes, we are back with this series just in time for 2020. There's going to be a lot of 2s in this. So, let's go ahead and hop on in, shall we?
At last. I must say I'm disappointed in your progress. I imagined you'd be here sooner. Tell me, did it trouble you to murder your brothers?
Did it trouble you when you ordered me into the abyss?
Eternity is relentless, Raziel. When I first stole into this chamber centuries ago, I did not fathom the true power of knowledge. To know the future, Raziel. To see its paths and streams tracing out into the infinite. As a man, I could never contain such forbidden truths. But each of us is so much more than we once were. Do you not feel with all your soul how we have become like gods? As such, are we not indivisible? As long as a single one of us stands, we are legion. Our futures are predestined. Mobius foretold mine eons ago. We each play out the parts fate has written for us. Free will is an illusion.
I found the tomb of Sarafan, Kain. How could you profane a priest by turning him into a vampire?
How could I not? One must keep his friends close, Raziel, and his enemies even closer. Who better to serve me than those whose passion transcends all notions of good and evil?
The Sarafan were saviors, defending Nazgul from the corruption that we represent. My eyes are opened, Kain. I find no nobility in the unlife you rudely forced on my unwilling corpse.
You may have uncovered your past, but you know nothing of it. You think the Sarafan were noble, altruistic? Oh, don't be simple. Their agenda was the same as ours. You nearly had me, Raziel. But this is not where or how it ends. Fate promises more twists before this drama unfolds completely.
Redeemer and Destroyer, Pawn and Messiah. Welcome, time-span soul. Welcome to your destiny. The usual question. In your case, when might be more apt?
Very well, you snake.
If you'd prefer I use my bare hands...
Well, this is completely unexpected. This orb disables our vampire enemies, leaving them helpless and incapacitated. Strangely, it seems to have the same effect on that peculiar weapon of yours. But you must believe me. I mean you no harm.
You can drop the benevolent facade, Mobius. I know who and what you are. I should kill you where you stand.
Perhaps you should, my boy. But you don't.
Are you so certain of that, Mobius?
My role as Time Guardian affords me a certain level of omniscience, Raziel. No, you don't kill me. That honor belongs to your maker, Kain, some 30 years from now.
Ah, you two are a pair. You're just as fatalistic as he is.
Death comes for us all, Raziel. It's just a matter of time.
How is it that you know my name? We have never met.
On the contrary, Raziel, I know you very well. And it grieves me to see how cruelly Kain has used you. I knew you when you were one of the Sarafan Brotherhood, Raziel. We were even close.
Oh, please.
Fortunately, you need not love me now to be my ally.
Are we within the stronghold of the Sarafan priesthood?
Yes, but the glorious days of the Sarafan have long since passed, I'm afraid. This is a more cynical and indecorous age. My mercenary army now inhabits this stronghold. We strive to honor the memory of the Sarafan with our own humble crusade.
Is this the vampire Vorador?
Yes, the scourge of the Circle, the most depraved and decadent example of his whole degenerate race. He slaughtered 6 of my fellow Guardians as they cowered defenseless in this room.
And you somehow survived this massacre?
I and 2 others. The Circle was devastated. Only we 3 were spared.
How convenient. You'll forgive me if I don't naively devour every scrap of information you toss me. You have a reputation for deceit.
And who has slandered me so? Your malefactor, Kain? The one who betrayed and destroyed you? Our common enemy? Consider the source before you judge me too harshly. We'll forget about rekindling our old friendship then. But consider an alliance based on our common ground. We both want Kain dead. I can help you do it.
You don't want to meddle in this, old man. I know all about your sordid little schemes, but you're simply out of your depth on this one.
You underestimate me, Raziel. Let me show you. Even now, Kain is lying in wait for you, unaware that I've snatched you out of the time stream and brought you here to me. See how he lingers at the very pillars he is destined to destroy, foolishly confident that he has eluded your grasp.
The pillars are still standing in this time.
Yes, Raziel. They are the embodiment of the divine force which preserves the life of our world. We who serve the pillars maintain their delicate balance, and Kain is destined to be the fulcrum upon which that balance turns. I believe you have already endured the wasteland wrought by his terrible, selfish decision. Kain's very existence is a cancer upon this world. As long as he lives, all of Nosgoth is in peril. You may never again be human, Raziel. But you can re-embrace the essence of your humanity and the nobility of your Sarafan heritage. Go to him, Raziel, and end this. But first, you will need to find your way out of the stronghold, and in this, I'm afraid I cannot help you. My soldiers will not understand your appearance here. They will try to kill you. You needn't fear them, of course. They're no match for you. Try to keep the casualties to a minimum. But do what you have to do. All great movements require a few martyrs.
Alone now, I surveyed my surroundings and noticed a second time-streaming chamber. Its entrance identical to the first, but with one distinction. That crystal was significant, but how, I have not yet discovered.
Alright, so we are finally here, performing for you. If you know the words, you can join in too. Okay, so I do not like this already. So they expect you to play like this. That is very unsettling. Okay. Space? Okay, yeah, I'm having to do some kind of weird acrobatics over here to actually do anything. But yes, this is it. We're back with more Soul Reaver 2, and we look prettier than ever. That's because this is a PlayStation 2 game. So real quick, I'm going to mess with the bindings and come back in just a moment. There we go. Alright, we should be good to go now. So yeah, we are finally here performing for you. I already said that. So yes, Soul Reaver 2. Aha. Well. Oh? Are bats enemies in this? Oh, you know what? I don't have autoface. There we go, much better. Ooh. Nicely done, Raziel. Oh, and now I've got his sword. That's pretty cool. Alright, well. Can you stay focused, please? Can you move forward, please? Oh, decapitated. Oh, that was pretty cool, actually. I really wish my my gamepad would work, but oh, okay. So they each have their own little attacks that can kill, and with the sword, it's a decapitation. With the axe, it was impaling.
Seize him.
Oh man, that hurt. Jiminy Christmas. There we go. Thank you for that. Oh, you know what? I don't have a way to throw my weapon. One sec. And now I do. Awesome. There we go. What is this for, I wonder? I don't get to keep my old power? Darn it. Okay. Well, let's poke around out here some more. Unfortunately, the movie was, like, broken or something. One sec. I need to... Or not. Wait, were those? I thought I saw a frog. Anyways, unfortunately, the cutscene at the beginning was super messed up. And when I tried to fix it, it just skipped it instead. I'll probably edit it in.
Throughout the stronghold, I discovered evidence of my former nobility and my life as a Sarafan priest. This was the heritage so foully stolen from me when Kain raided my sacred crypt and defiled me.
Yeah. Why'd you have to say it like that? It sounded all weird. Get back here. No, you don't. Thank you. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, that was weird, but, you know, whatever. Camera decided to mess up there. Was trying to aim the sword throw like this, and it ended up doing all wonkifying. Alright, well, this way opened up. So this is probably the way we're supposed to go. What did it say? Oh, is it how do? Configure keyboard. Let's do block as E. And then we have... Oh, it's still enter. Awesome. But not that enter. Hey, I still have the Soul Reaver over here. Ooh, I wonder what the little gobby guys look like now. Hey, get back here. Thank you.
Away from the influence of Mobius's cursed staff, I could feel the strength of the Soul Reaver slowly returning. If that orb was as debilitating to vampires as it was to the blade, it gave Mobius a powerful advantage over his enemies.
Oh yeah.
I finally understood how Mobius's crusade could decimate the vampires so successfully. If he could immobilize his enemies, they were at his mercy. But why, I wondered, would the staff have any effect on the Reaver?
Alright. Oh. We have quite a few people hanging out around here.
To arms!
Thank you. Uh-oh. Come here. Thank you for the souls. I love that they just poof in this one. And sha. And sha. I missed. Okay, apparently this no longer deals a ton of damage to people. That or it has a range. Yep, seems like it has a range. Oh, I can kill them without a weapon now. Ah, thank goodness. Oh, that was so dumb in the original way. I couldn't do that. Wait, I'm gonna get a little bit closer in case range was the issue there. Yeah. Jump away, please. Come here. Thank you. Hey, dude. You ready for this? Because I don't think you're ready. Yeah, you just kind of poof. It's kind of funny, actually. I mean, I miss the whole pomp and circumstance that used to come with it, but... There we go. Another soul for me. Ah, darn it, he moved. Right at the last second, too. Oh, you lucky, lucky son of a gun. Wonder if I can still sneak attack, though. Oh, hi there. There we go. Thank you. Who else wants some? Yeah, I've got a feeling this one's going to be a lot more action-based than the last one. Through here, perhaps? Oh. I didn't have to kill them all. Oops.
An indescribable feeling of displacement, a sense of vertigo, as reality itself appeared to warp and bend around me. The disturbance seemed to emanate from the sanctuary's furthest chapel. As I cautiously approached, the sense of dislocation intensified with each step. So this was the tomb of the beloved King William the Just, beatified here as the martyr and catalyst of Mobius's crusade. I was reminded of Kain's journey as a fledgling vampire, how Mobius coerced him to travel back in history and assassinate William, thus igniting a genocidal hatred of vampires among the citizens of Nosgoth. And here I discovered the source of the displacement. The Soul Reaver itself, laid out like a holy relic, and broken, apparently in the battle between William and Kain. I had not thought such a thing was possible, until, of course, Kain shattered the blade against me when he tried to strike me down. Thus the captive spirit inhabiting the Reaver was released, and binding itself to me became my symbiotic weapon. And so the Reaver met its former self, still imprisoned in this corporeal shell. I watched, mesmerized, as the Wraith blade uncoiled itself and snaked down the length of the physical blade. Embracing its twin, its mirror self, the Reaver's long dormant spirit was now fully aroused. And for the first time, I felt the true presence of this other entity. Willful, ravenous, and deranged from thousands of years of imprisonment. The Reaver was now in command, and I, now merely its helpless host, felt my soul being leached to restore the blade. But the Reaver knew better than to destroy its host, and just as I neared the brink of oblivion, the blade released its hold on me. As I recovered, I realized we were now bound together in a fragile alliance. The Reaver no longer merely my symbiotic weapon, but a embrace have inspired terror in the hearts of creatures far more durable than you, old man. Bound together as they are, I can only imagine what they could do to your soul's fragile shell.
Raziel, I beg you to stay your hand. This was none of my doing. I have sought only to aid you in your righteous quest.
Why, you're trembling, Mobius. Has your confidence abandoned you? You seem to have made a fatal error by leaving your precious staff behind. Is that where all your courage comes from?
Listen to me, Raziel. You don't know what you're doing. I have taken an enormous risk by appearing here before you, so defenseless, yet eager to prove my good intentions. If there's anything left of the Seraphim in you, you won't do this. While you threaten me, your true enemy eludes you.
Don't concern yourself with Kain, old man. He'll join you in hell soon enough. As you said, death comes for us all.
Yes, the Wheel of Fate demands it.
What did you say?
The Wheel of Fate. The inexorable cycle of death and rebirth to which all men are compelled. We serve the same God, Raziel. To strike me down would be striking God's own attendant. And I don't believe even you would take that risk.
I tire of your games, Mobius. Now that I know you fear me, I needn't concern myself with you. Kain is waiting for me.
Go then, Raziel. Seek Kain out and destroy him in the name of the one God we both serve. You, who were once a Seraphim priest, murdered, profaned, destroyed, and reborn again from his mercy. You are now most powerfully equipped to be his agent, his instrument of restoration and retribution.
My own vengeance is motivation enough.
By my soul, you almost had me, my little blue assassin. But that'll be the one and only chance you get. I assure you of that.
I could now summon the blade at will, regardless of my strength. But once summoned, the blade's ravenous appetite could not be contained. It devoured the souls of its victims, and if I allowed it to become over-aroused, the Reaver would now turn its hunger on me.
All right. We have access to the Reaver at all times now. That is awesome. Now, how do I? Ah, okay. So if I choose to, I can just.
This was the legendary Janos Ordrin, reputed to have been the most ancient and diabolical vampire to have ever existed. According to folklore, he lived high in the cliffs of Nosgoth's northern mountains,
and preyed mercilessly on the defenseless villagers below. His reign of terror ended when the Sarafan finally hunted him down and tore his throbbing heart from his still-living body. This relic came to be known as the Heart of Darkness, and was supposedly imbued with the power to restore vampiric unlife. The Sarafan therefore guarded it carefully, lest the heart fall into the hands of their enemies. But I wondered, could Janos Ordrin truly have been as monstrous as depicted here? Or was this merely artistic license by the Sarafan, who sought to lionize themselves by demonizing their darkest enemy?
I mean, as they say, there's a bit of truth to the lie, usually. Yeah, hearing the Heart of Darkness, I was like, oh, that was the thing! That was the thing in that one. Yeah, in the first Blood Omen game, Kain actually gets the Heart of Darkness. And they also mentioned all the, different deaths and stuff like that. Mobius killing Kain 30 years from now, all that. Hello, sir. There we go. I get that if I press the Devour Soul. Yeah. But I have a weapon right now, so it doesn't really matter. Given that the Soul Reaver now damages you over time, if you don't have enemies to hit with, I'm probably gonna be using a sword or axe more often.
Strange how my history came full circle.
Oh, Zephon!
This chapel, I realized, was a memorial to my former Sarafan brethren and myself. All of us martyred here, and then so cruelly profaned by Kain when he imposed his gift on our noble corpses. For the first time, I beheld the image of my Sarafan self, memorialized here among my fallen comrades. It tortured me to see how noble and pure I had been, and what a vile phantasm I had become, and a profound sense of injury, of loss and betrayal welled up in me, so overwhelming I could barely contain it. All I wanted at this moment was to find Kain and destroy him.
Oh. Hello there. Pressing Devour Soul twice turns it on. Okay. Whoa. Luckily, I was just out of range there. And off with your head. Thank you, madam. Let me have your soul, please. Back to the Wheel of Fate you go. Yes, so this is what they used to look like. Duma, the vampire slayer, I guess. Then we have Melchiah, Rahab, Turel, and Raziel. Oh, and of course Zephon. Wait, so that's what Spider Guy looked like? Oh man, he got messed up. Rahab, so does that mean that I'm going to be fighting them in this timeline and everything's just going to be a full circle? Because I recall that in the timeline of the games, that's the whole thing, is it's meant to be a circle. Is there anything up here that I need to take a look at? Raziel. It is time, Raziel. You must listen to your destiny. Ah, man. So, this is a blast from the past again, because, like I've said before, haven't played this game in ages. Ages upon ages. Surprised there weren't any enemies there. Alright. Let's head out. Wow.
I emerged, and for the first time beheld Nosgoth in its former glory. The land overflowed with abundant life and vitality, and I knew with certainty then that the world I had left behind was nothing more than the corpse of Nosgoth, a lifeless husk bled dry by the corruption of KAIN'S parasitic empire. This was the fragile world Kain sacrificed to preserve his own petty life and ambition, heedless of the profound cost. The sight only deepened my resolve. I sensed that the pillars lay to the northwest. If Kain truly waited to confront me there, I would not disappoint him.
I mean, that may be true, but there have been some inconsistencies so far. Which I recall. Oh, right. You can swim now. I totally forgot. Whoa. Oh, it looks awesome down here. Very spooky kind of water, though. Why do you... Okay. He doesn't like to swim, apparently. Okay, he still has to do the crouch jump to get out.
This arcane landmark, a wisp of the Reaver's energy was drawn into the ring, illuminating it. This created a beacon of sorts in the spirit world. If ever I found myself depleted in the spectral realm, and my soul tossed on the ethereal winds, these beacons would draw me back to safety and restore me.
Ah, so it's like a checkpoint. Got it. And is this going to let the water out, or... Ah, it gives me another area to go to. Alright, well... I do not know if there are save points or what in this one. Or maybe that's what Dark Chronicle means. No, it does not. Does it autosave? I really hope it does, or do I need to mess with this? Guess not. Alright, well, let's continue then. I don't know why I keep doing that. Raziel, you don't have to go so far down. No. Come on, Raziel.
I did not yet possess the means to unlock this barrier, but this enigmatic symbol was clearly the key.
Okay, so I do need to go the other way. Thought I saw something else. Let's see, can I attack underwater? No, I cannot. Seems just like in the old game, pressing shift, or crouch rather, lets me zoom around. And it has been forever. Oh!
These ancient obelisks were mysteriously attuned to my spiritual essence. By simply touching the symbol, I could safely preserve an imprint of my soul, and thus create a milestone to which I could return when weary, and from which I could resume my journey.
Just say it's a save point. Come on, guy. Save. Continue. That was a quick save. All right. Well, let's continue onwards just a little bit, see if we can't get a little bit further today. Come on.
While I had only just escaped the stronghold, I sensed that in time my journey would return me full circle to this place. Infiltrating the fortress, however, would be no small feat. The balcony that had provided my escape was now well beyond my reach, leaving this massive gateway as the only means of entry. The gates were sealed, but like the time-streaming chamber I had seen earlier, their operation was undoubtedly linked to that odd crystal mounted above the entrance.
Take the beast down!
Oh, I'm the beast, huh? Good thing you guys suck at aiming. Oh, that's a dead guy. I was like, aha! Another guy! But no, it's just a dead one. Ow. Ah-ha-how. Come on. There we go. Just had to quickly behead you. Nope. That's not a guy, that's another deadman. First we got fishman, now we got deadman. Does that guy have a crossbow? He does. Come on, hold still. Oh, that is not a crossbow. Ooh, yeah, that does a lot of damage to me. Ah, there's another. Come on. Get a little bit closer, huh? There we go. Another one down. Oh, cool. They were both just a hit away. Oh man, those look like lady vampire heads. Yeah, so, if my lore is correct, this is after Kain goes back to the past, kills. So this is the second timeline that I'm in, even though I was living in the second timeline. But in the original first timeline, the Just King got corrupted and turned evil, and it's Mobius's fault that that the Crusades are going on and people hate the vampires now. I mean, it's partly Mobius's fault. Can't blame him for everything, because that vampire lore that he was talking about earlier in the game did a pretty sizable chunk of damage to vampire reputation before that. Come on. Ow. Ow. There we go. Ugh. Man, my eyes itchy. Alright. Yeah, so like I said earlier, this game's a lot more action-focused than the first one. Though I think that's because it's a product of its time. Ow. Hey. Stop that. Thank you. Lots of beheading in this game. Oh. If I kill the animals, it heals me, apparently. Weird. But okay. See? Kinda like that. What are those? I've been seeing them around. Alright, well. It's kind of nice to see areas like this. Oh. What? Oh, I killed it. Did it have a soul? It did, apparently. There we go. Okay, so heavy seems to be the way to get rid of humans pretty easily. Oh? What's this? It's a dead vampire is what it is. Shame. So yeah, this would be the Crusades that hate the vampires. Which, again, I only remember these guys because of having previously played before. And also having to go back and rewatch Blood Omen 1. I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot about this. This happened, and that happened. And Mobius's big, giant shite that's... It'll all be explained eventually. Yeah. Dude, let me heal. Fine. Fine, I'll just eat you instead. Too bad I can't get their guns. Oh well. Got another checkpoint, which means the save point should be around somewhere soon. Oops. Good thing I caught myself. I'd hate to get stuck there. Ah. Oh, another one of you shitey gunners. Thank you. Yeah. So, this also reminds me,
These vampires had nothing in common with the deranged jackals I left behind in KAIN'S derelict empire. They seem to retain much of their former humanity. In this era, vampires were clearly not the uncontested predators we had been. These creatures were hunted mercilessly and oppressed. And while I still believe that vampirism was a plague and had to be wiped out, there was nothing noble or righteous in this crusade. This was simply ruthless persecution.
Exactly, because the king was slain by a vampire, so they went, hey, that means all vampires are evil. They went, hey, that means all vampires are evil. Let's kill all vampires. And all because Mobius was like, haha, now that I've fooled you all into believing all of this. There we go. Yeah, combat in this one is much more jankier, but it's a lot more fun as well. Ow. You don't get a lot of iframes either, unfortunately. Luckily, you just gotta be skilled, like me. Ha ha ha. Can't tell if that is water or bottomless pit, so I am just going to... Oh. I have to hold it. There we go. Kick open the door, why not?
The pillars of Nosgoth, pristine, whole, and uncorrupted.
Wait.
I had never beheld them in this undefiled state, yet something profound and indelible resonated within me at the sight. And there, waiting at the very heart of the pillars, was the canker that was destined to destroy them.
I know you're there, Raziel.
Mobius led me to you, Kain, though I might have guessed you'd meet me here.
And if Mobius told you I was hidden on the underside of hell, would you throw yourself into oblivion to pursue me? Mobius trawls for the ignorant and unwary, hauling his gasping prey from the streams of their destinies. Stay out of his net, Raziel.
Spare me your elaborate metaphors, Kain. I have pursued you here for one purpose. You will pay for your betrayal, and balance will thus be restored to Nosgoth.
And whose will is satisfied then? The will of Raziel or Mobius?
Would I be better manipulated by you, Kain? Now, turn and face me. The chase is over.
This isn't a chase, Raziel. We are merely passengers on the wheel of destiny, describing a perfect circle to this point. We've been brought here for a reason. I've seen the beginning and the end of our story, however, and the tale is crude and ill-conceived. We must rewrite the ending of it. You and I.
Face me, Kain. Even you shouldn't die a coward's death.
Isn't it customary to grant the condemned a final request?
I recall no such courtesy from you.
Indulge me, Raziel. All I ask is that you listen. This is the sublime moment of our undoing, Raziel. The ineffable fulcrum upon which swings the entirety of our history. This is where all of Nosgoth is betrayed. In this instant, Ariel, the Balance Guardian, is murdered by dark forces bent on overthrowing the pillars. Her spirit is just now tearing free, lost in the ether, trying to find its way here. You have already seen how she comes to haunt these pillars.
Bound here by your refusal to die. You are the reason this land becomes diseased. As long as you remain alive, you condemn Nosgoth to an eternity of decay.
Be still, Raziel. See this. As Ariel dies, I am being born to take her place as Balance Guardian. Such is my destiny.
My God.
At the moment of my first cry, Ariel's beloved, the Guardian Nupraptor, finds her corpse. Racked with grief and tormented by suspicions of treachery, Nupraptor plunges into a madness which overflows and infects all of the Guardians who are symbiotically bound, including me. The repercussions of Ariel's assassination were expertly calculated. The entire circle descends into madness, and I am tainted at the moment of my birth, instantly rendered incapable of fulfilling the role destiny has prepared for me.
Shall I show you the same mercy you showed the rest of the Circle then? You blithely murdered them to restore their pillars, yet your hand faltered when it came to the final sacrifice. What makes you exempt, Kain? You're merely the last man standing. Why condemn me for simply carrying out what you hadn't the courage to do yourself?
Let's drop the moral posturing, shall we? We both know there's no altruism in this pursuit. Your reckless indignation led you here. I counted on it. There's no shame in it, Raziel. Revenge is motivation enough. At least it's honest. Hate me, but do it honestly. 30 years hence, I am presented with a dilemma. Let's call it a two-sided coin. If the coin falls one way, I sacrifice myself and thus restore the pillars. As the last surviving vampire in Nosgoth, this would mean the annihilation of our species. Mobius made sure of that. If the coin lands on the reverse, I refuse the sacrifice and thus doom the pillars to an eternity of collapse. Either way, the game is rigged.
We agree then that the pillars are crucial and must be restored.
Yes, Raziel. And that's why we've come full circle to this place.
So after all this, you make my case for me. To end this stalemate, you must die so that new Guardians can be born.
Pillars don't belong to them, Raziel. They belong to us.
Your arrogance is boundless, Kain.
There's a third option. A monumental secret, hidden in your very presence here. But it's a secret you have to discover for yourself. Unearth your destiny, Raziel. It's all laid out for you here.
You said it yourself, Kain. There are only two sides to your coin.
Apparently so. But suppose you throw a coin enough times. Suppose one day it lands on its edge.
When you're an immortal vampire, you have all the time in the world to try and get that that coin to land on its edge. So yes, he basically summed up everything that I was talking about. So the pillars are now corrupted because of what happened back at that citadel when Mobius was talking. Wait, that doesn't line up.
I didn't
Oh, well,
know
whatever.
what impulse stayed my hand, why I had so willingly allowed Kain to escape me when I had pursued him for so long. I had no reason to trust Kain after he had valued me so little, and yet I found myself intrigued by his words. I had been too cruelly used to so gullibly play his pawn, but if this world truly had secrets to divulge, I was determined to expose them.
Is there a button I need to press to climb? Okay. I guess I have to... There we go. Go to the spectral realm. And does that mean that Ariel will be here for me to speak with? Come here, give me some health. Thank you. No, Ariel is not here. I probably will return here, given how crucial Ariel is to the point, to the plot, rather. Oh, I was like, what was that? Alright. Ah, we finally get to see you guys again. Come in here. Thank you. get in here. You know what? I don't have to kill all of you. I can just run past. Because I am trying to find a save point.
From the moment of my arrival, I had the constant and palpable sensation of being watched. Someone, it seemed, was keenly interested in my presence here.
Besides Mobius and Kain, of course.
From the look of it, this door had been sealed for centuries. I began to realize it was no mere coincidence that I found myself standing here, beneath this winged figure with blue skin and cloven hands so like my own, and bearing this unique key.
With
And so
Reaver
it was
on.
with a sense of gravity and trepidation that I unsealed that ancient door and crossed the threshold.
Yeah, but is there a... Okay, there's not. Oh. Is it really going to do that every time I have to... Okay. There we go, it seals behind me. Weird how that one gets to keep its bottom jaw, but me? Oh, no, no. It's too much to ask for. Oh. Hello, fellows. Ow. Holy cow. I'm gonna shut off the Reaver for a few seconds. No, get down here. Oh, they don't have souls. They're magical. They're golems. I see now. It is a fool's errand to face these creatures with the Reaver. Better to leave them as they are. I don't know why I'm trying to speak like Raziel would. Probably because it's just so Shakespearean and it sounds so cool. Ah, where are we now?
As I entered the chamber, I sensed that it had been sealed for hundreds, perhaps thousands of years. And while this room was clearly built when the pillars were erected, I knew that no human hand could have shaped this place, and that perhaps it had never been seen by human eyes. The surrounding murals depicted a winged race, their features so like my own, but beautiful, where mine were grotesque, and angelic, while mine were demonic. I tried to decipher these images. A great war, but with combatants like none I had ever seen. The pillars, raised by this winged race, who thus defeated their adversaries. The winged beings again, writhing in agony, apparently afflicted with the same bloodthirst I had so recently suffered. And throughout the chamber, inscribed everywhere, images of the Reaver itself. Was this what Kain had urged me to discover? I wondered.
Lies, Raziel.
Oh, your old boss.
Do not be deceived.
My ancient benefactor. And I dared to hope we had parted ways forever. Silence was refreshing.
Bastard. No doubt you have a conveniently inexpressible reason for your presence here.
Do not be insolent, Raziel. I am eternally present here and everywhere, now and always. I am the still center of the turning wheel, the hub of this world's destiny.
But perhaps not so omnipotent as you'd have me believe. Your hold on me appears to be tenuous. I no longer seem to need you. Yet I'm guessing you still need me.
This impudence is unworthy of you, Raziel. Do not forget that you have a task to fulfill here. You are indebted to me.
Indebted? You would have me show gratitude for a gift I didn't ask to be bestowed. Do you forget that you forced me to inhabit this vile carcass?
I restored you to yourself, Raziel. It was Kain who destroyed you. The very enemy you've just let slip through your grasp. Do not fail me, my servant.
I serve no one. Not you, not Kain, and not your lackey Mobius.
Mobius is my good servant. I have many.
And if I tell Mobius that he's worshipping a giant squid, do you think his faith will falter?
You have grown willful, Raziel. But beware. To embrace a serpent is to invite poison into your heart. Kain is a sinuous beast. He will seduce and deceive you. You pride yourself on your free will, yet you let that degenerate deter your resolve.
I harbor no illusions about his integrity, nor anyone else's. In fact, I am beset by manipulation on all sides. I merely seek the truth.
These are the fathomless truths, Raziel. The agony of birth and death and rebirth. This is the wheel of fate, the purifying cycle which sustains all life. Vampires are an abomination, a plague which leeches this land of its spiritual strength. They obstruct the flow of life and death. Their souls stagnate in their wretched corpses. But the wheel must turn. Death is inexorable and cannot be denied. Your destiny is irresistible, Raziel. You are my Soul Reaver, the scourge of the vampires, reaper of their apostate souls. Remain steadfast, end the vampire's parasitic curse, and restore Nosgoth. Kain's blood belongs on your hands.
Kain indeed deserves to die for condemning me to this repugnant form. But if and when I kill him, it will be for me alone to decide.
Kain destroyed you without a flicker of remorse. He tore the soul from your noble corpse, and after you had served him faithfully for 1,000 years, he discarded you in the abyss on a jealous whim. Remember your rage, Raziel. Let it guide your hand.
Was it a jealous rage, though, or was it that he took a look into the future and saw that this was the proper outcome to save Nosgoth? Huh. No, I don't know. But anyways, now that we have found a place to save, don't forget to like and share if you enjoyed. Subscribe to become part of the Panda Party, because ain't no party like a Panda Party, because the Panda Party don't stop. I'll see you guys in the next video, as always. Later.